A startup is in its ideation phase till such time customers are ready to pay money for your product and take it. When I say customer, I don't say youngsters or not even engineering graduates or nothing like that. I say Teja. Okay? What does that mean? It means that it is this person's social, economical, intellectual and educational background.
Let's say I have an idea and I think that it is a very great idea. So even before going to the market, what should be done in such a way that I do it correctly?
You should read a lot.
We have 4 more questions to cover.
Oh.
Yeah, so again, this is mostly focused on early stage only.
Mm-hmm.
And before I get into the questions, I would like to know how you impacted the students of India in terms of GST, the hostel, the GST, the story of GST.
Okay. So in 2017, when GST was implemented, they had mentioned there was a regulation where there was a rule that any business, any accommodation service that is charging less than 1,000 rupees, GST is not applicable. In 2022, this rule changed. They withdrew that exemption for this business. So the GST department considered till then everybody considered the hostels business as coming under this exemption. So everybody was claiming exemption, or people who didn't do any other business, they did not even register. But in 2022, when this exemption was withdrawn, the department felt that hostel was like hotel.
Okay.
They felt that GST is applicable for hostel services. But we run a hostel, so we had a different view. We believed that hostels are not providing the same service as a hotel, or at least the end use of the hostel is not the same as that of a hotel.
Okay.
We went to the department and the court saying that, see, people who come to hotels, they are traveling, they are visiting the city and they are staying here temporarily. But people who are staying in hostels, from the outside it looks like they are traveling to this place because their home is elsewhere, their parents are living somewhere else. So on the surface of it, it looks like, yeah, they are traveling to a new city and for some reason and staying there for a very long time. But we said, actually they are migrating to the city to do their primary purpose of primary activity in life, which is either education or early stage career. So because of this nature, because of this nature of movement, the hostel now actually becomes the residence. And because of that, even their homes become the place where they visit.
Yeah.
So we went to the court, we reasoned out with them saying that, sir, actually charging GST on hostel will be like charging GST for a person staying in a house. So the High Court of Madras ruled in favor of our argument. They said that, yeah, it looks like this is residence. Maybe it is different from the way we have to look at residence. And coincidentally, government also heard our plea, and recently in February 2024, they amended the rule to say that any accommodation service which is for more than 90 days and costing less than 20,000 will not be GST chargeable.
Okay.
So it was a kind of rationalization of taxation.
I think literally lakhs and lakhs of people mostly students are impacted with this.
Yeah, it is especially in their early stage of their life and career, right? I mean, it may even that 18% GST, the amount, I mean, probably they spend about 6,000, 7,000 rupees in every month, and the GST would have been 18% of that.
Yeah.
But even that money, I have seen a lot of students working part-time to pay their hostel fees, especially those who migrate from villages to city for college and employment.
But all other hostels are just going with the flow. Then why did this thought come into your mind? How did you arrive at that point?
So actually, when people hear that there is a GST applicable on hostel fees, there is a general sense that it doesn't seem to be right, right? But probably people were not very clear how to address this. Most of us think that okay, if government asks for a tax, we have to pay, and it is not malicious on part of some government authority also to ask for tax. They don't intend to ask for tax. They are also working with, see, there is no straight line. Okay, the people work with the iterative rule change. Okay, when a rule changes, they apply the new rule without understanding why the old rule was there. And it sometimes it happens that some rule gets interpreted in a wrong way, and leading to some undesirable things. Only the only difference was that we were able to see, probably we had a little bit of knowledge about how it can be addressed, and probably I had the thought that I mean I just thought that why hostel is different from hotel, and I was able to understand that when somebody is going to a hotel, their primary activity is still not in that city. The primary activity lies elsewhere. The primary source of existence lies elsewhere. So that is the basic way in which a hostel and a hotel changes. Once I got that process in my mind, then I was able to connect the dots and bring it up to this level. I won't say that the government changed it only because of this law. Many people were addressing, but this was our method of addressing it. Many people knew that it was wrong. They were just asking, is it even fair to charge hostel? I mean, GST on hostel fees? But we went with the logic. Why it should not be charged?
Yeah. So great. And I see so many hostels in my college locality. But I hope so ki they don't take this as an opportunity to increase the price again. Yeah.
See, price is what the market demands,
Yeah.
right? Okay, if there are no other rooms available, the prices will increase. If the occupancy is not there, price will obviously decrease.
Yeah.
So it is market driven.
Yes.
It's not tax driven.
Yeah. I got it. Great. So we'll dive into the questions.
Yeah, sure.
So as I said, these are the early stage questions. So one of the very critical and crucial question that every early stage entrepreneur is facing, like how to find a co-founder.
Okay, before finding a co-founder, you should first find the founder.
Okay.
Okay. So when you say that I'm finding a co-founder, if you are meaning that I am the founder,
Yeah.
I need another person who can be with me in this
Yes.
journey, right? So do you know yourself so well?
Okay.
Okay. The first step towards finding a co-founder is to know how well you knowing yourself very well, and what you are offering to that person. Because after you find a co-founder, you are also a co-founder.
Yeah.
Okay. So you should first know how good a co-founder you are
Yes.
and what you are offering in the relationship. Once you get that clear awareness of, okay, this is what I'm offering, and these are my skills, and these are the values that I'm bringing to the table, and this is the purpose with which I'm going to run this venture. These are the three things. Okay. You are starting a business for a particular purpose, the purpose of solving a particular problem. You have a set of values through which you will solve that problem. Okay, your values is going to define what kind of solution you will design for it, how you will approach the business, right? What you will prioritize in business. So that is the set of values. Then finally, you are capable of doing certain things naturally. You are skilled in certain things, but there are certain areas which you may not be so very skilled, that is required for the business. So you should be very clear, okay, I am skilled in this and I expect a person having these roles, these skills to be part of my journey. So the first step in finding a co-founder is to find out what is your purpose, your values, and your roles.
Okay.
Okay. So In terms of purpose, both of you should have 100% match. Okay, you should have the purpose, and the other person's purpose also should be to do the same thing. In terms of values, there should be a 75% match. If both of you are having the same values in different decisions, you will not have any new ideas to discuss. Right? Both of you will be stuck in the same place. So you should have a 75% match in values. You should not have 100% match. You cannot have a Duryodhan and a Yudhishthir becoming co-founders. Okay, Duryodhan may found a co-founder in his brothers, and Yudhishthir may find co-founder in his brothers. That doesn't mean that Yudhishthir had the same set of values as Arjun or anybody else. Okay, so you have to find that the purpose should be 100% match. Values should be very, very close to each other. There must be some core values which are not, we are not ready to compromise. So that you should be very clear. And the role, the skills, you should be 100% complementing.
Yeah.
It will help if it is 100% complementing. Okay. So first, identify who you are and tell out in the world, this is exactly what I want. This is the kind of person I'm looking for. And whenever you are meeting another person with the intention of finding a co-founder, have a very frank discussion about these things with them. Okay. So this is how you can find a co-founder. But I can tell you, this is not a foolproof method of finding a co-founder. Okay, you can still go wrong.
Yeah.
But the only way to find out is.
But usually, early stage startup founders mostly focus on skill set. I mean, they usually don't much focus on purpose and value. Follow up to this question, where to find a co-founder? Like, what are the best places to find a co-founder?
I don't know. There is one place for you to find a great co-founder or anything like that. You have to keep your eyes and ears open and keep looking for people, meeting, being honest with every person you meet. Okay. That is the best way to find a co-founder. But ideally, you know, right? If you know the purpose, okay, you might know where to find the people with similar purpose.
Yeah.
So if your purpose is to solve a pollution problem, there's no point in going and sitting in a bar and trying to solve it. Okay, so very unlikely that you will meet somebody there, but you may meet them in some conference, climate conference or things like that. So you once you are very clear about your purpose, you will start attracting. You will start moving to the places which make sense to you, and you will also start attracting people with your conversation because you will be clear about what you are expecting. So it is to go to places where normally people like you will go.
And what is your take on friends being co-founders, like college friends or school friends?
It's a great start. See, there is no way that you can say that college friends are can be great co-founders, or you can not say that they'll not be good co-founders also. That has nothing to do with prior relationship.
Okay.
Co-founder relationship is like marriage. Okay, you probably meet your spouse only after 20 years of your life.
Yeah.
So do you share the same relationship with the people who know for 20 years longer than your spouse? You don't. So similarly, it doesn't mean anything. That if you have a prior relationship, you are likely to have a better relationship in future. It should the purpose should matter for both of you equally. The values should be manageable. You should be able to respect each other's values, and the roles should complement. That is the best way to find a co-founder. Yeah. Going without any baggage. Oh, he should be my friend, or accepting somebody just because he is your friend as a co-founder is also sometimes dangerous.
Yeah, I could remember like my very first startup where we three friends have started together, but turned out to be only one friend is interested in building a startup.
See, normally on the surface it looks like, okay, if there is something sensible, only skills matter. Okay, we all think that if it becomes a business, then everybody will continue to be interested in the business.
Yes.
It's not always like that.
Yes.
Even after the bigger business becomes very successful, okay, there will be situations where it is very very challenging.
Hmm.
Okay, the Paytm has faced so many challenges after they have become so big.
Yes.
So unless your purpose and your values are matching, you cannot remain committed even after the business has become very successful.
Yeah.
So that will continue to drive you till the end of your life.
Yeah.
You may think that only skill matters in business building. Purpose and values matter a lot more than skills itself, because skill is something that you can develop.
Yes.
But purpose comes from your own passion. Purpose and values are internal, very very internal. Skill are more on the surface.
Hmm. Yeah. And I think this is going to be a good question. Follow up on the same finding co-founder and related to this. So, how many co-founders are ideally good to start up?
See, an early stage company,
Yeah.
okay, requires three kinds of relationships. Okay, there are three fundamental things in a business.
Hmm.
One is the product or the service. The other is the people whom this product or service is going to be useful. The third is the money,
Yeah.
right? So the organization should have people who have a very great relationship with the product, a great relationship with the people, and a great relationship with money. Okay, the relationship with product will improve the product. It will keep on improving the product. But sometimes they'll become too technical and they will do things just because they can do it. The relationship with people will ensure that you get the right kind of you build the right kind of products. It will get the right kind of feedback and build the right kind of relationship so that we can keep the business coming. And it's not, when you say people, it's not just the customers, it is investors, employees, and any other stakeholder.
Hmm.
Right, ultimately in business you are only dealing with people.
Hmm.
These are two outward looking. uh, Relationship with people is more outward looking and relationship with product is 50-50. But the relationship with money is very inward looking. Okay, because it's money that is going to keep you alive.
Hmm.
Now if you ask, to live, do I need a lung or a heart or a brain?
Hmm.
It's not a choice.
Yeah.
You need to have all three so that you can live
Live.
consciously.
Yes.
Okay, so you need to have a lung, heart and a brain. So so if and there are some people who can have a great relationship with product and significant relationship with people, and significant relationship with people and a great relationship with money. So two or three are very good, but it doesn't matter how many people are involved. What matters is whether these kind of people are there or not. The co-founders are having this kind of relationships, building capabilities.
Yeah. I've asked this question in a perspective of an early stage startup founder. So usually when I heard to their answers, there are mostly 2 to 3 different answers. First one, they say that I can do the most of the things. Like they think that they can do sales, marketing, product, technology, all, and they need no other people, no other person. And the second answer that I mostly got was I want to secure my equity.
Right.
Even before building a startup, like people start thinking of equity. And the third answer is most common, they want to be their own boss. They don't want any other person. I mean, they are insecure in working with people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, see, all this is stemming out of only one reason, that they lack awareness of their self.
Yes.
Okay, if they are very, very clear about what they are and what they have to offer, when you think in terms of giving, then you are more generous. If you always keep thinking in terms of taking, imagine yourself in that other person's shoe. Okay, when the other person is always thinking about taking from you and not giving to you, would you like it? be it a customer or an investor or a co-founder or an employee, whoever it is, or a boss.
Yes.
Okay, if that person is dealing with you only with the purpose of taking from you and not giving to you and not acknowledging your presence, okay, not sharing equity, is that this person is not ready to acknowledge the contribution of the other person. That is the only reason he is not ready to share equity. He thinks, "Oh, so mera hi hona chahiye." That is because he is not aware, he is insecure. These people may find success, but in the long term, it won't help them.